Hello, my name is Andriy Kubay, and today I will be presenting Linux-based Zorin operating system 12 and some of the useful applications for the individuals and the business. So Zorin operating system is essentially open source software, and before I go any deeper into the detail about the operating system itself, I would like to mention a couple of words about the open source software. So this is the software with source code that anyone can inspect, modify and enhance. And with so, it delivers a lot of benefits. So the first major benefit is security, because this type of software is distributed to anybody freely, which means that more and more people can work with it, identify the problems and fix them a lot quicker and easier. It also delivers lower costs because with the free software, essentially the maintenance is free and anybody can download the upgrades and patches for free. Also, open source software offers customizability, and it comes especially useful to businesses that can download the source code and then develop their own code that will satisfy their needs, which means that they will work to develop their own applications and even operating systems. Open source software has also flexibility, meaning that the software works easily on the new and old computers, whereas, for example, Windows software requires like new machines. Linux-based operating systems can work even on older computers. There is also quality, which means that this software is being developed by thousands and thousands of developers all over the world. That's why there are so many different Linux-based operating systems as compared, for example, to Windows or iOS, that is basically developed by one company. And also, with open source software, users receive support, meaning that they can download or they can share, ask questions and get answers and get support free of charge. However, some of the companies do charge the fee to offer their services, but predominantly support is free of charge. So back to the Zorin operating system. Actually, it was released in November 2016. It is built upon Ubuntu 16.04 and 4.40.21 Linux kernel. So this operating system comes in 3 editions: Ultimate, Business and Core. So the first 2 editions are not free. They do have some pre-installed applications and special software. For example, Ultimate edition costs 19 euros and Business edition costs 15 euros. And Core edition is essentially free of charge. The reason why I chose Zorin operating system is that it's very much resembles Windows desktop, and some of the also very much resembles Windows menu. So I found it's very useful because for me it's hard to skip easily from Windows operating system to Linux operating system. So I need some like interim step. So I think Zorin operating system is a good one. And also it offers support for many Windows applications. Zorin can be installed alongside other operating systems, not only Linux, but it can be a little bit more difficult, but it can be also installed alongside Windows. And one of its suites, for example, Business, comes with LibreOffice Writer, LibreOffice Calculator, FreeCAD, which is essentially CAD software, Xornal and enhanced plan and calendar. So in my review of the Zorin applications, I downloaded and I researched Zorin operating system core, which is free of charge. May not have as many apps as Ultimate and Business, but it's also a very good operating system. So Zorin core does have some pre-installed apps, and also enables the user to manually download and install the applications that they prefer. And in my review, I will be looking at the LibreOffice Writer and GIMP image editor. As far as manually installed applications, I will be reviewing Thunderbird Mail, Scribers, and GNU Cache. So let's start with LibreOffice Writer. I guess from the name, anybody can say that this is something to do with the documents, and it is actually a comprehensive editor for Word documents. It is equal to Microsoft Word in its capabilities and functionality. And when you look at the picture here, you can see that even the interface very much resembles Microsoft Word. However, LibreOffice Writer does not solely run on Linux, it can also run on Windows platforms. And it works with files with extensions ODT, doc, docs, RTF, and XHTML. So this editor is indispensable for Office as well as home computers, because I guess anybody needs a software to write a document. Another useful application that comes pre-installed on the Zorin is GMIP graphic editor, which is used to draw, edit, retouch, and convert graphic images. GMIP is an excellent alternative to Adobe Photoshop. I guess more people are familiar with Adobe Photoshop, but in order for somebody to use their extra features, one has to pay for that. Whereas with GMIP, it is essentially a free editor, and it works with all well-known image formats. Also, it offers multi-view user interface, as you can see on the picture, where you have essentially like the desktop, and then this menu tags that you can actually move around the desktop. GMIP, as well as LibreOffice Writer, is supported on both Linux and Windows machines. Let's move on to the Scribers. Well, the Scribers, this is something that user can download, and this application, essentially it's a desktop publishing software, allows the users prepare professional quality papers such as brochures, posters, newsletters, etc. So and when you look at the image, you can say there is a little like similarity with the Corel Draw. So it does have some functionality of the Corel Draw. The difference is that you don't have to pay for the Scribers. And Scribers supports major bitmap formats like TIFF, JPEG, PDF, SVG, XFIG, and many more. And also, as with any Linux software, it is supported on many different operating systems. Thunderbird Mail is essentially an email editor, and it was designed by Mozilla. And it offers support for POP and IMAP email accounts, allows the user to read RSS feeds, and has very fancy, sophisticated filter that helps to detect and prevent scam messages. As with any email editor, it does have built-in chat, and instant messages. What I found really fascinating is the smart arrangement of all the menus and the tags and folders on the screen, which makes reading and writing email really easy and convenient. The last application I was working with is GNU Cache. Well, from the name, one can infer that this is something to do with the finances. It's true. GNU Cache is an accounting app for personal and business use. And it features double entry bookkeeping like debit and credit. Does have some basis from small business accounting. Enables the user to compile reports and write drafts. Also has a place for scheduled transactions and allows to make financial calculations. In fact, GNU Cache is widely used by non-profit organizations in the United States. It is not used by large companies, but they have pretty specific and sophisticated financial software. But the GNU Cache itself is very universal because it helps to put the numbers, compile the reports, and even send the reporting to the IRS. So there are the tools that one can use. Another application that I didn't mention earlier is which I find very useful is Play on Linux. So on the Zorin operating system does have the application that allows to download and install Windows applications. It's either free of charge or not free of charge, but for example, as you can see on this screen, a user can, for example, download and install Microsoft Office. I guess when installing Office 2013, you have to pay for that, but the previous Offices are free of charge. And worth to mention that not all the Windows applications will be able to install on a Zorin operating system, but this specific app I find very useful and convenient, especially if you are a Windows user that you want to find some of the Windows applications on the Linux based operating system. So to sum up, I covered Zorin operating system and some of the apps, and as I mentioned, Zorin is part of the open source software that offers a number of benefits as compared to the proprietary software. Those benefits are lower costs, flexibility, security, and customizability. The operating system itself is a good alternative for Windows operating system with its built-in and available applications, as well as a user interface that very much resembles Windows. And for me, as a heavy Windows user, I did really appreciate the features of Zorin operating system, so I didn't feel like it's completely unknown to me. And also, I analyzed applications such as LibreOffice Writer, GMIP, which essentially come pre-installed, as well as Scribus, Thunderbird Mail, and GNU Cache, which you can install. So all those applications, they provide great functionality, and what's more, are supported on both Linux and Windows-based platforms. Another app that is very useful is Play on Linux, that allows to download and install some of the Windows applications in Zorin operating system environment. Among them is a Microsoft Office suite.